G'day everyone, just adjusting the camera and everything, and just seeing that, making sure I can see what you guys see. So hello. Okay, it should be good. I just want to make sure that I can see so that I know that you're seeing the right things. Excuse me. Now you'll hear a noise in the background. So the noise you got in the background is basically the Rod's tractor. He is starting to lengthen or move out my room, so it's bigger, so we're going to have a much bigger room. I'll be able to get all my stuff out of here and have a bigger sewing area. Now just look at my nails. How beautiful are they? They're matching in with my thread. Now I did this the other day and you guys would have sat there and watched. I just want to make sure I catch the comments too, so I don't know if there's any way of seeing them, so let's see. Oh, there we go, I can see them now. Alright, let's go back up the top. Hi Lynette, Rado, Suzanne, Stella, Karen. No, I have car races in the background. Yes, bigger sounds, yeah, fun. Yes, it's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to actually getting the whole room made for just for classes and stuff like demonstrations and that, so, and all my stuff out. Looks like it's paused on my screen. Oh, there we go. Don't know what happened there. Yes. Okay, I'm just saying hi to Julianne and Debbie. Every time I move my screen, I wonder if I can make that any smaller so I can see the comments at the same time. Okay, no, all right. As long as it's playing and I can see, I can always wind down. All right, there we go. Now the comments might come up in the background. Come on, little computer. There we go. All right. Sorry, it's just, hi Sheila. All right, so all good. Your end, everyone's going well? Good. All right, so let's get into it. So the other week I stitched out all this, and the other day we did some painting on this, and I did some little dots and things like that. Now this one here in the center I think is too pale, so I'm going to change that to a darker color before I finish today. So I'm thinking that from here on in, I'm going to change the colour to a bit of a green or a dark, no, I think I might just darken it up, darker purple. So it's all, you know, I'm sort of going by the seat of my pants as I usually do. So just moving some of my colours out of the way, giving the paint a good shake. And the colour I'm using is this one, so you're going to see that. This is a Lumiere Jacquard Pearlescent Violet. So I'm just going to move some of this stuff off, like, so I don't go knocking it over. Heidi, hi, better late than never. That's exactly, hi Maria. So I do have a little thing of water, one of my old paint jars. And I also have some paper towel. It's always handy to have. You never know when you need a paper towel. And it's only a little bit of water, and I just dip it in the water and then just wipe the excess off. I don't really want that to be really wet, so it's pretty much just damp. So touch it in there, and now the other colour is dry. I can paint right over it, and you'll see it just paints right over. And let's get a dry brush, sorry. And I can give it a little bit of a, I don't think I washed this brush out very well. And just blend it in a little bit so it looks like it's changing colour, not solid, if that makes sense. So I'll just pop that in water because it's a bit crunchy. Alright, so I'm starting on one side and I'm just working my way up. You hear that tractor? So they're putting in the footings today, so I'm going to be getting an extra, it's 6 meters by, I think 4, off the top of my head. So it'd be a nice big area for me. We're also putting in the toilet and sort of wash basin and stuff, so that people don't have to keep running down to my house. Which is okay if it's a nice sunny day, but not so much. My house is in the middle of being, pulled apart, and we're doing bits and pieces, but he's not doing anything with that until my room's done, which is nice. So for me to get closer to the edge of the other side, I have to move it around so I can actually get in. Don't try and do it from just one side. You will go outside your lines, so to speak. That was a little bit much paint, but anyway, we'll just spread her out. So I hope you guys are enjoying the videos and looking forward to Craft Alive this week. Well, it's actually the Great Australian Craft Show. I've booked in to have a stall at Shepparton, Craft Alive, when it comes in February. So fingers crossed everything goes well with this pandemic thing, and it'll be all good. I'm just going to wet that brush, it's a bit claggy. So in saying that, I hope that you guys are I'm going to have a make and take at that show. So I'm hoping you guys are going to come and book yourselves in as soon as they're allowing you to book in. Hi Marcella. I'm just going to blend that one in there. Just so it doesn't look unusual. Also on the Great Australian Craft Show next week on Thursday, I am doing a workshop, or a tutorial on the what do they call it now? I've lost my thread. Free motion quilting. So it's really my Free Love and Moonbeams, which I think I might name it that. I was going to name it something else, but I think it needs to be called Free Love and Moonbeams because I keep referring to it like that. So that you guys can actually learn how I do that freelancy type, no problems, no worries, nothing's ever wrong type quilting, and no stress quilting. Call it anything really. so yeah, Free Love and Moonbeams seems to sit with me. I think I might have to call it that. So I hope to see you on Classes Online. Also on the Saturday at 2 o'clock with the Great Australian Craft Show, I am doing a stencil demo, a little bit more in depth. We've got about 40 minutes. So I'm going to do one and show you the difference between some of the other stencils with the pounce pads, and how to use them again, of course, because you know I like to show you how to use these tools that you buy, and also show you how to use the other stencils. So you can use them with and without pounce pads, and you can actually draw your own design like this with some of the stencils that you can get. Kind of hippie, I love it. Yeah, I am a sort of, well, Mum said I was born in the wrong era. Well, I was born in the right era, I suppose, but I could have been a hippie easily if I had been her age. You should have seen the clothes I used to get myself into when I was a kid. So, still do those weird, funky, just wear anything with anything. I'd come out and dress myself and I'd be wearing all sorts of weird things. So Rado, I saw this morning that you were online with Carly. She's a lovely girl. Never met her, but she seems nice. And she does a lot of the graffiti quilting, and very similar to what I do. Mine's probably just a little bit, I don't know, we just do different things. So, but yeah, it's nice to have different teachers in your life, because you can't learn everything from one person. So the other thing I found the other day when I was doing one of my lives, I noticed that someone actually organised, that they seen in one of my things, a product that I had there. And I didn't even think of it because I've had them there for a while, and they're on a white background. And yes, I'm doing a graffiti masterclass at the moment. Yeah, it's lots of fun. So they are sashiko blocks. Now you can do the exact same thing. You could do these sashiko blocks. You could paint them up, stitch them out, all that sort of stuff, and get the same results. So I'll be showing you them a little bit later. I don't have many left, but even if you like to do sashiko by hand, you can get yourself a nice little bargain. All right, we'll get there. So what other classes will you guys be taking while this week's craft show is on? Hi Judy, I'm loving this so much. Think I'm going to have to buy me some paints. Oh Claire, they're P.S. I prefer you. Oh thanks Rado. Oh, just remind me to put the check in the mail for you, honey bun. So what was the other question? Yeah, oh Claire, yeah. Claire, it is so easy to do. This is not rocket science. I don't do anything that's hard. Trust me, I really don't. If it's easy and effective, I'll do it. If it's effective but not easy, I probably won't do it, because it's just not easy enough for me. I don't have enough time in my life to be struggling with things. Life's too short, I say. I'm just going to dampen my cloth. Thanks, Stella. I saw the other day one of our regulars, Sheila Millington. She has done my cockatoo, and I don't know if anyone saw it, but she put it up there on one of her posts, and it just looks amazing. It's so nice to see one of my patterns done by someone else. So what time in the morning was that video? Because I must have seen it after the fact. Either that or she ignored me the whole time. Righto. I've done a bit of painting over the years, but not so much with fabric and fabric paints. Well, you've made quilting a whole lot easier for me. Oh, good, Michelle. I missed that. I will get that cocky done one day. Oh, the cockatoo is, you know what? It's, you know how I was doing the video on the horse and that? Same scenario, just a larger scale. And a lot more pieces, that's all. So you just sit there, like it's like a jigsaw puzzle, and you just slowly put it together. It's, like I say, nothing's rocket science. I was thinking today, because I've got Zoom now, and a paid one, so I can do longer videos, so that's really good. Now I just need to know how to use it, and which I don't really know how to do. And haven't really had much time to do that. What else is there? So that's another thing, is I wanted to do the workshops like virtually through, you know, live, but together on a Zoom. So like a meeting but a workshop. So I was hoping to be able to do that. And seeing how I'm paying for this facility, I thought probably should sort of pull my finger out and get it done, but you know, that hasn't happened yet, of course. There's so many things on my plate. So amongst everything else this weekend, I've also got a retreat this weekend that I'm going to. So I'm going to be doing some live stuff from there as well as doing and coming backwards and forwards, because it's only about an hour from me, so it's not too far away, so I can go back and forward and come back to do my live sales here. So I'll be running around like a blue bum fly, as I normally do. Having the computer in front of me, seeing what I'm doing and seeing what you can see is so much better, don't you think? You guys can really see what I'm doing. Now I went over my little line here, but I'm okay with that. We had Zoom for my uncle's funeral as we couldn't attend with COVID. Yeah, that's awful. Awful. So as you know, for those who regularly come and see me and stuff like that with my live sales, and you'll notice that the invoicing is starting to change. I did send ones out the other day, but in the wrong format, but still the same. The totals were right, it's just the format was wrong. So we're changing it to a company to include my husband's business as well. The accountant wants us to change everything, so we said all right then. Yeah, anyway, so that meant that I had to change to a different business account. Oh, good. That's good, guys. I'm glad that's a good view. So I had to change it to a different kind of MyOb account, which means apparently, because I was using Essentials, and apparently Essentials, I've been told, and it's true, does not talk to AccountBrite. So I have to enter everything in manually again. Of course, you know, I've got all the time in the world to do these things. And of course then said accountant decides that, oh, you know, you need to do a stock take. I'm like, seriously? Dude, you've got no idea what you just asked me. And he just looked at me blankly and said, "We need a stock take." I went, "Oh, I think I might just give you a guesstimate take." so, yeah, and from here on in, all invoices have to be entered in properly and not just once the bank statement comes in. Oh dear. So he's making me work harder, which is probably not a bad thing considering we want to get it right. Wow, that would have been a huge job with all the sales you've been doing. Yeah, so I've found out I have now, mind you, remember 12 months or more than 12 months ago now, I started with around about 15 clients on my live sale. I kid you not, it was about 15 of us. And anyway, I sort of thought, okay, this is good, I can handle this. Now I have around about 200 customers, and they regularly buy on a regular basis. And hence the psycho weeks and my brain fades and everything else. So with a bit of luck, this really, it should help. Well, you think so? It'll help the accountant if nothing else. Okay, yeah, all right, Redo, you're familiar with it, okay? Because to me at the moment it looks like double Dutch. So I'm sorry. But yeah. Anyway, it'll work itself out. And I've always got Mary. She's the computer girl. Like, she likes to do the computer things. Me personally, I can't stand it. Went to go and upload the embroidery patterns today, and he's only given me the Jeff format, and I'm like, well, where's my other formats? So I've had to send him an email, and I hate all this stuff. Absolutely hate it. You should have seen me when I had to do all the bank and everything else, and I was savage. Savage for about a week. Oh, well, were you, Julianne? You're one of those ladies. Yep. You were one of those ladies who was here at the beginning. Lenore was another one. That Lenore Smith. There's quite a few of you still around. Faithful. So yeah, I thought I'd do the next little bit, so I'll get it up to the next spot and up to just this bit and do those circles, and then we've really just got those outside things, which won't take too long, and just chat to you while I'm doing it. What else is news? Think. Oh, I've got so many pre-cuts. It should be easy for you, double Dutch, with a name like Dakota. Yeah, it's not the same kind of double Dutch. And besides, that's my married name. My maiden name was Smith. Go figure. So to me, double Dutch literally does sound like double Dutch. I can only say 1 or 2 words in Dutch, and one of them is a swear word, and the other one sounds like a swear word, but it's not. That's about as brilliant as I get when it comes to Dutch. Yes, Michelle, they are. Look, I've not only gone to New Zealand, I've sold over into Canada and America, and yeah, like, brilliant stuff, hey? And yeah, it's been really, really good. I was thinking today, and I have been thinking for quite some time about a book, but it's time, and sitting down and working it out. I have been asked quite often to do a book by customers, so just just explaining what I do and different types of techniques I do, and yeah, so that's on the cards. So still lots to do, lots of growing. I've Smiths in the family tree, and crikey, they are hard to seek out. By this time I would have smudges all over that mandala. No, Judy, because it dries really, really quick. Yeah, there's so many of them, Stella. That's obviously my dad's side. My mum's side with the Pearsons, and also Makers. So M for Mary Makers, and it goes to Austins and Aston because they didn't know how to spell, and goes all the way back to 1600s in England on that side of the family, and on the other side of Dad's side it goes, they've got the Kildares and they've got the Irish, you know, all the Irish and stuff on that side. And Dad's side has we've got some apparently what do they call them, convicts on Dad's side, which doesn't surprise me. Oh no, it does not, Judy. No, it does not wash out, so don't drop it on. This does not wash out. That's why I hold the lid rather than the whole pot. So once the lid sort of either dries out or whatever, I start, I'll give it a shake again and put it back on and give it a shake, and yeah, because at least if you drop, you know, a lid, it's just going to be a small amount. What else is there? Oh, I've got some Sashiko threads that I've had for a while too that I'll put out on special. And what else? Did I tell you that I know how to do Sashiko? I do, Julianne. You have, gee, I got back to 1668 in Gwinnett, Cornwall with Dad's lots, but got stuck so far on the Smiths. Yeah, well, that the English side is more of my mum's, so they were the Austins. That's more of the Austin side, and we go back as far as we can get back to one woman, and obviously her partner. Now she ends up, I think she's had a child out of wedlock or something with him, or I don't know. Anyway, somehow or other, she ends up, like, we never hear about her again. Like, it's just a weird sort of scenario. I'd hate to have thought how hard it would have been for them back then. So we never even find her death certificate, nothing, can't find it. And that's the Austin side. So yeah, whereas Dad's side, that's the Smith side. Yeah, going back to Ireland, and the Irish don't always keep, well, back then they didn't keep files on these sort of things. It was more or less the town elder in a lot of these country areas that would keep the information, and that would get passed down through the generations. Well, you know, if they stop doing that, then, or if the elder's too old to remember, you're sort of buggered, aren't you? And I think they lost a lot of information too with the Blitz in England. And some of the information that they found was because they used to bury them under the steps of the churches and things, and yeah, there is 6 degrees of separation. So the Pearson is my mum's dad. His side of the family, they came out, I think, I was definitely 1800s, I'm pretty sure. But I don't think we've gone any further back on that side. Much further. I know that my great-grandfather, my grandfather's father, he died with the influenza pandemic. His horse brought him back on the back of a cart. An old Ellison May. It's my great-grandmother on my grandfather's side, mum's dad's side. She wasn't a very nice person, apparently, and had told everyone that he had come home drunk. And he wasn't. His horse and cart had brought him home from work, and he died, I think it was 10 days later, from the influenza virus. So he never drank. He wasn't a drinker. So I don't know why she did that, but anyway, probably looking for sympathy, I suppose. I don't know. She was a strange woman. Does the paint dry with a texture, or is it smooth and soft? Sorry for no. So it's smooth, and I suppose, I wouldn't say soft. You can feel its paint, but it's not crunchy. New to the whole concept of painting on fabric. Yeah, no, that's not a silly question at all, not at all. Some paints will, like if you were to get a straight acrylic paint and use a fabric medium with it, yeah, you'd get the crunchies, absolutely. This one's not so bad. Once it sort of sets and everything, it's quite smooth and not too bad. The more paint you put on anything, the more it's going to be crunchy, so you do have to be aware of what you're adding on. And fabric will only take so much paint before it goes, no, not going to do it, and it'll sit on the top of your fabric and not soak in. And yeah, then that becomes an issue, doesn't it? Makes it a bit crunchy. So I'm just working in some of these areas while I'm chatting. Nearly finished this lid, and just need to, and you can always touch up later, you know, as long as I get the main gist of the idea. So my lid is now empty, so I'm going to put it back in the, yeah, the fabric does stay flexible, like it's not, I don't want to move it too much because I've got wet paint. Yeah, it's not too bad. So the colour really pops on the black. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So now I've got a new thing. And I'll just put that sideways, move my open pot, and just take off some of that excess. We don't want all that excess. It's just way too much water. That will make it runny, and I don't want it runny. Okay, next we just keep on keeping on. So we're halfway through these ones. What else is there? And yeah, so anyway, he died when my grandfather was 3. So way back then. And yeah, he apparently was a very nice man, but there's not much memory of him because he died fairly young, and my pop was very young. So, right, so we probably, I've got a little bit of a fluffy bit there I'll have to get to before I paint it. I haven't trimmed off properly. This paint can only be used as a wall hang and not on quilts. No, Gidget, you can. It is heat fast. Once it is on, it is on. It won't come off, not even with washing. Nope. It's designed to attach and adhere itself to fabric, and that is exactly what it does. And Rado will tell you that once you've got it on, it is there for good. So if you do make that little boo-boo, you have to utilize it or scrap it. So I can see like there's a bit of paint there I've missed the other days, so that won't come off. So you do have to be fairly vigilant and don't be in a rush. Like, I'm not rushing, I'm just chatting away to you guys. And yeah, and you can see I'm just holding the pot lid. Oh, the ideas, honestly, Gidget, just, once I found painting on fabric, oh, my life just changed completely. Yeah, so what do you think of the idea of me writing a book, or do you reckon that'll be a waste of time? I don't know what I write about. Everyone can see it on video. Maybe the quilting designs that I do, maybe that. Maybe you want on textile arts that I do. With maybe some free designs in it or something. I don't know, it's just a thought. You guys, always. Yeah, the quilting book. Not about my family history, that's for sure. Not so much quilting. I suppose it's textile arts, really, Gidget. You need a lot of time to do you have spare time to write a book? Yeah, probably. I probably could do it in between shut eyes. Look, they always say if you want something done, ask a busy person. And, you know, I just have to, bit by bit, to get it sort of, you know, into a state where it's acceptable before going and taking it to anyone. Like, not just a concept, like the actual, have it sort of really well thought and planned out. And that could take me a while. I don't mind if it takes me 2 years to write a book, you know. It's not like I want to do it overnight. Well, you could do a book of all your designs and have workshops for an extra charge. Yeah, true. I can't wait to do workshops again. I'm really looking forward to February and hopefully being able to catch up with some of you guys at Shepparton. That'd be super awesome, as long as COVID gets itself under control and people stop driving into areas they're not meant to with COVID. I really hope they get that inoculation. We need it. Need to get it sorted. Once that happens, we can almost go back to, you know, normal life, you know, to some point, I suppose. Imagine how people would have felt, you know, when you had smallpox and that was, you know, really rampant and children were dying, like, you know, elderly were dying, and there was no cure, there was no inoculation for it, there's nothing. And then you know, kids were just dropping off the face of the earth, and polio and things like that. Imagine how awful. Well, now we can turn around and say to our kids, we know what it's like to have a virus get into the community that you don't have a cure for or inoculation for, and how quickly it can wipe out big parts of the community. Yeah, I think so. We've heard all the sorts, etc., with stories about quilting experiences of people. Yeah, I like that type of book. This sounds good, Stella. As long as there is no time restraints. Yeah, I reckon, Judy. Biggest issue now is people not following protocol. Yeah, absolutely, Rado. Yeah, absolutely. And there'll always be, you know, the handful. I'm going to balk. So we just have to protect ourselves from them. I call them temporary Australians. It's like motorbike riders that ride stupid, temporary Australians. Because they are bound to not bloody be here for long. Alright, interesting facts. What interesting facts do you have about yourself? I don't know. Would you prefer Vegemite or would you prefer Nutella on a sandwich? Me, I'd go Vegemite. No, that happened. You need to jot down as you go. Notice that the handful are so loud and obnoxious. Yes, they are, aren't they? I ride a motorcycle, but very clearly. Yes. Lynette, motorcycles are okay. I've had one myself. It's the other people on the road. It's the ones that don't ride them properly. You know, go zoom, like, you know, like full on, stupid, not taking care, not making sure that the car's seen them, that sort of thing. That's what I'm meaning. They're the temporary Australians. Yeah, fresh. Oh, peanut butter. It's got to be crunchy. Has to be crunchy peanut butter. I can't do the other one. It's just too claggy. It's icky. What else is there? Strange facts. Let's go. Let's find another strange fact. Oh, me, I'm on a yogurt hit, and I'm eating Gippsland yogurt, like probably about 8 or 10 jars a week. Kid you not. Yeah, I'm not helping my diet at all, am I? I don't have a diet. There's no real diet. So I love the passion fruit, crunchy peanut butter, apricot jam and banana all together. Oh my God, Lynette. Yeah, they are, Stella. They are the bane of the society. But, you know, look, if we were all the same, it'd be bloody boring, hey? What would the media have to talk about? Crunchy peanut butter with honey. Wow, I've never tried any of these. Oh. I like Vegemite and cheese. Is that weird? But I've been eating this yogurt, and it's the passion fruit one and the plain one. I won't eat any of the others. I've tried them all, and they're all the rest of them are disgusting. So I go with the passion fruit because it's yummy, and then all the others, doesn't matter. Anyone else can eat those, and the plain one. But I literally buy 6 to 8 of those a week, and that's all I'll eat during the day. Very yummy. And then I'll have those corn biscuits. You'd think I'd be the size of a bloody sparrow's fart by now, wouldn't you? If I was the amount of food I don't eat. It's just I'm not active enough. So yeah, that is my current diet, which I'm happy with. What other fact is there? Strange fact. What strange things do I do in my day-to-day life? Oh, you all know that I'm a smoker. That's probably the worst thing I do. Oh, and I swear a lot. just to let you know, I'm very well behaved when I'm online because I have a huge amount of respect for you all. But when I'm here on my own, or even with some friends, I do let loose. So I apologise to those. My sister has garlic, metwurst and apricot jam. I live on salad in a bowl. Oh, ratto, are you the size of a sparrow's fart? Because you should be. So I'm a big cusser. And I think that comes from my days of floristry, to be honest. And my dad was a butcher, a slaughterman actually, in his younger years, and we had a butcher shop in Belmont, in Geelong, many moons ago. Actually, there's a cheesecake shop there now. It's on Mount Pleasant Road, just near there. Just a quick one. Has anyone, oh, hang on, doesn't love your waistline? Yeah, I find that I do love that yogurt. Bread is my down. Oh, I love fresh. Oh, you fall over a lot, Suzanne. Oh my God, I'd be yelling at you. Do you know who does that? Bloody Mary. And I'm like, Mary, stop it. Suzanne, you fall over a lot. Bread is my downfall. Love it. It doesn't love my waistline. Oh, bread. Oh man, I wouldn't go to the toilet for a month. Just a quick one. Has anyone else... Oh, hang on. Where'd it go? Got a delay in post till 24th as I'm still waiting. Thanks. Maria. Oh, God. Do you have any wide backs? Julianne, yeah, I do have some. Absolutely not, Rado says. She's not the size of... Absolute, intelligent people swear, oh my gosh, that I'm really clever. My nan, dad and sister are all butchers. Their shop is in Ringwood. Oh, really? Cheesecake. Oh, no, cheesecake. There's another hidden... And pavlova with strawberries. Poor Mary, I'm sure she doesn't fall. I know she doesn't fall up. But she fell out my back door, I kid you not, the poor thing. And you know when you look at someone, you go, I don't know whether I should be laughing or going, oh crap, you know, pick her up. Well, anyway, I decided to do the, oh crap, pick her up. And then I growled at her for falling over. And then she's sitting on the floor, on the ground. She fell out my back door. And I'm looking at her going, are you all right? And she's like, I don't know. So anyway, she broke her ankle or foot. Might be in her boot of, it might be in. My son was a butcher. There you go. Yeah. My brother, I remember Dad making sausages, but my brother, who's 3 years younger than me, he chased me around the butcher shop with a pig's eye. That's all I have to say about that, because you can imagine the girly scream and the running, and that was me, obviously, you know. He thought it was hilarious. A pig's eye. And he's there with a stringy looking self, and I'm like, bleh. Oh, that's the boys. And I ran like a cut cat, I did. And we used to fight. My brother and I used to fight. You couldn't sit us at a table together. We'd be kicking the crap out of each other underneath the table. Used to drive my mum crazy. I'm after dark blue, the very pale seafoam coloured batik roll or two when you get time in your 36-hour day. Would it be possible to see if you have a couple like that? Oh. I don't reckon I do. I know I like fruitcake. You like fruit? I do love fruitcake. And what else is there? People, because I never eat them. Oh, Rado, really? Yeah, I'll be at your place all the time. just ask Julie. She brings food because she knows that if you come here, don't expect me to feed you because I don't. I have corn biscuits, those corn that have got nothing in them, and I have the yogurt, which I eat direct out of the container, so no one else can eat it because it's mine. And the corn chippies I'll share, all the biscuits I'll share. And all I do is lather them with butter, just butter, not margarine. I won't eat margarine. I refuse to eat margarine. It's just plastic. So, anywho, Julie's figured out that if she's hungry when she's here, she pretty much has to bring her food. So she brings food, and Paulie, her other half, he loves to cook. So anyway, he brings over food. I learned to swear. Yeah. Oh, you learn to swear. Swearing can be fun. I like to swear on a regular basis, especially when things don't go my way. Yeah. And I never swore until I left high school. I never knew, like I knew what swearing was, but I never swore until I left high school, and then I learned how to swear because I went to a tech for 12 months to do secretarial work because that's what they told me I should do. And anyway, every man and his dog was there doing their things and the tradies and all that. And of course you learn. And I used to be able to swear really, really well in Yugoslavian and Croatian. And I couldn't tell you what they are now. I used to be able to sign language too. Oh, yeah, working with men will do it, yeah. Yep, absolutely, working with men. And, you know, Billy Brownless went to my Gordon Tech when I was there, and he was a young Billy Brownless. And he was a buffhead then, and he is now. He thought he was pretty good. He would have been about 18, 19 then. He's about my age. He went to Tech for a year. I think it would have been probably to, I don't know, probably if he was playing footy. He was only just started. And I used to, when I was about 19, after I finished school, I went and did dental work. You had your own restaurant in Tamworth. Wow, there's one person more cleverer than you, and that's me. I swear like a trooper. Well, just part of my vocabulary. I work in a male workplace all my life. Yeah, absolutely. Started mechanics at 14, learnt many new words. Man, I can say those words and put a new colour on them. When I'm out there in the paddock with the sheep and they're just not doing what they're supposed to do, and I'm doing all these nice, come on, Owens, and I'm calling them, and they just look at me and go, no. I can swear like any shearer. Actually, I reckon I'd make the shearers blush. Yeah, so what was I saying? I can't remember now. Oh, that's right. Yep. So I went to Gordon Tech there for 12 months and did the secretarial thing, hated it. Billy Brownless was there, told you all that. Then because I was in Geelong, I did probably until I got another job because I really didn't like it. There was a bit of a bully type sort of situation there, and I was the new kid, so of course I got bullied. And so I left. After about 3 months, but I did dental nursing, and while I was there, Billy Brownless Jr., Michelle, get it right, what's his name, Gary Ablett, his kids used to come to that dentist and were there, like, for that dentist. His wife, Gary Ablett's, this is Gary Ablett Sr., of course, used to bring in his kids, and Gary Ablett Jr. was a right little shit. He was there, apparently, with the girls who said he was a very spoilt little brat. I suppose he's lovely now, but as a kid, he got his own way because he was apple of daddy's eye, I'd say. But yeah, there you go. So there's some, I'm sure he's a lovely bloke now. You don't get to where you are, I suppose, without having some gusto about you. All right, now I've done all those. And a good football player too. He's a bloody brilliant football player. I think he's better than his dad was. But yeah, there you go. I'm shocked our cockatoo hasn't come out with any yet. Oh, really? I even did it on camera. I know, that was so funny. I seriously just about wet my pants when you did that night. That was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I actually know a friend of mine, no names, years and years and years ago, and she would have been maybe 20. She used to swear a lot. And her father was a barrister, and they were very well to do. And he wanted his young daughter to go and work in the office of the solicitors. So he organised for an appointment for her to go and see a friend of his who was a solicitor or barrister, and she was to work there. So, but she still had to go through the protocol. So anyway, she goes to this interview and gets home and whatever else. And this is back before mobile phones, so well before mobile phones. And her father rings her at home and starts telling her off, like full on telling her, what the hell do you think you're doing? And she had no idea what he was talking about. Well, apparently, during the interview, she dropped the F-bomb, not just once, but numerous times. Because she said it so much, she didn't even realise she was saying it. Yeah, it can be, mine too. Used to, it could be embarrassing at times. Yeah, when an animal, when kids do it, oh my God, that's even worse. All right, so this one I haven't even opened. Oh, got a little bit of, wow. I wonder if that'll look like. Let's try it. Where do we want to try it? Ooh, we'll try it right there. Yeah, so she then, of course, did not get the job. But how bad's that you were swearing that badly? You don't even realise in a job interview that you're doing it. Hey, she was dressed up to the nines and looked lovely and the whole part. And, yep. There you go. So there is always someone out there worse than yourself. Louise, tell ya, I remember when she told me, we just cracked ourselves laughing, of course, because we're kids, you know, we didn't realise how bad it was. But, yeah, her father wasn't laughing. Very well to do, yeah, because he got the phone call after she left. He rang her father straight after he left. And dobbed her in. Yep. So, hence she didn't get the job. I don't think she wanted to work there anyway. I don't think she would have liked it. She was way into horses. Loved the horses. She was an equestrian rider at one point. There, we're getting there. Some really nice now. This is actually, I think I might be adding in some nice big blue dots in there somewhere, because I'm thinking this blue is really going to make it pop. I think the blue can go in the center. What do you reckon? I reckon that would be really good. Love the blue. So I think this one is called just pearlescent blue. So look at the colour. I'm just using the top of that little air seal. And there we go. Nearly there. This, and I'll do some little decorative things. Now the other thing too is once this is finished, you can also use those little diamanty things and things like that. So I've still got plenty of paint there. So I'm going to grab the end of it, make sure I've got plenty of paint on there, and I'm going to put that in there, like that. I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one there, and there, and there. So 1, 2, 3, there, there, and there. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And this side, one. I don't want it to look like an eyeball. There we go. That looks nice. I like that. And I think I might put 1, 2, 3. One more. Alrighty. Then turn it to the next one. And repeat, repeat. So, yeah, there you go. You've heard some funny stories. Bleaching, sorry on the pattern first. I'll have to get back to some of those comments in a minute. I haven't really paid much attention because I've been painting. So, bleach work, I love the bleach work. Love, 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 love it. So I'm hoping to be able to, once we get to the next stage, I will, fingers crossed, be able to open up tour workshops, and just depending on what, you know, the requirements are by government, and yeah, so we'll be able to do some. I know in 2021 I'm going to be in Canberra at some point, so I'll keep you up to date with that. I think it's not until October. But yeah, there's lots and lots and lots of things happening. Did I do that wrong? No, I didn't. I just went in on autopilot then. And doing a bleaching pots of paint and buy as individual. How much? Yeah, so if you buy them as individuals, Claire, they're about $10 a pot, $9.95. But there's a lot more in them. Although, if you're not too sure, I think those little exciter packs. If you're not too sure on what you're wanting, you know, whether you're going to follow it up and do more of, those exciter packs are just as good. So. Nothing wrong with them, and you get like a good array of colours rather than just one or two as you go. But in saying that, I do have all the metallics and the pearlescence in stock, and I do need to order some more because the stocks are low, but I did get those little exciter packs in because I thought, you know, not everyone's going to want to spend $100 on paint, so hence the exciter packs. So there we go. So I've still got heaps of paint left on that little thing. Even, what was that question? Even as online workshops, you could have more students. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I'm just going to pop that back on. I agree, Rado. You want to come and help me sort them out? Time. It's my enemy, absolute enemy. All right, so I'm going to mix. I'm just going to give the white a bit of a stir. Actually, let's get some blingy gold in here. Ooh, a little goober. All right, so let's see what this is going to look like. We'll just try as we go. Looks like it's a bit goobery. All right, let's see. One here. here and here and here. Not bad. But I put it there, and there, and there, and there. Oops. And just over here. Oops, days bigger. There and there and there. And look, you know what? If your line goes a little bit wobbly when you're doing this, it does take a bit to get used to doing this. Some people do them really quickly, and others not so quick. That's okay. I can see that Candy wants to come inside. So I'm just going to put that on there and give it a bit of a tick. That on this side and a bit of a tick. Oh, don't knock the pots over. And this one on here and a bit of a tick. Liking the gold. That on there and a bit of a tick. Just wipe that off there. And I'm going to go in here now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you might have large dots and smaller dots and things like that, and some that just haven't quite formed, and that's okay. You can always go back. No biggie. All good. You're so good. I had one of your ladies here the other day and picking up some goodies, and she just thought I was hilarious. I don't mean to be. Well, I do sometimes, but other times I don't mean to be. It's just me. Yes, Suzanne. Or I just come out to you guys when I'm allowed to, because you know I'm cooties free, but I've got to be allowed to, and see you guys, because I'm sure that we could probably get a crew together to do some workshops. Yes to online. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think we can get some onliners. Oh, also don't forget I've got the Santa workshop coming up this week. If you do want to do that with a little kit that I have, it's only 25. I think it's 25 or 20. I did write it down somewhere for the kit, and that's everything to make the book cover. So if you're interested in doing that, I can express post free postage for that. I'm going to have free postage for that because that comes up at the end of this week, so I will get that out to you ASAP. So I'm just looking at it going, what do I want to do now? So I'm thinking that I might go, oh, there's little hairy doodahs there. I'm just going to pick them off, maybe. Oh, they're stuck. I think that's wadding coming through. Oh, come on. Yep. Alrighty. So, oops, oops, oops. Hey, a blind man would love to see it. So, come on. Oh, here's a fun fact that you didn't know, or you might not have known about me, except for those who are closer. You would not think that the white spot on the blue would make so much difference, but it does. That one there, yeah, that's actually a goldy colour. See, it's this colour, but it'll look white on the camera because of the reflection. Yeah, that sort of thing makes an accent and creates that look, nice look about it. All right, so Might look a bit blobby for you on your end, but on my end it's not too bad. I just got to dry this paintbrush out. I'm going to use the other end of it. Now this time I'll grab the paint pot. Yeah, absolutely. Rado, you'd know that because in real life, these colours are really quite pearlescent and bright. Very rich. And you'll probably see it more when I take the photo. It might show more then rather than on camera. The camera, you tend to lose a bit with the camera. Alright, so there's a gold. Just take last one there, and maybe thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, fun fact, I love any kind of homicide movie, TV show. I like documentaries on it. I watch and I even listen with podcasts all the time. 4, fascinates me. 5, don't know why, just does. Morbid curiosity, I guess. So yeah, just a fun fact. There, one more. I mean, you can go absolutely crazy with these dots, like all these back areas, like the background areas, what we call negative space. You could literally cover them in it. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, that's all right. They're just a bit spaced out wrong. That's okay. Yeah, so you can just go mental crazy on dots. No reason why not. So if I take the gold and I go the pearlescent white, audio books. Oh, you like reading coroner's reports more, but I know. You're very fascinating though, aren't they? Coroner's reports. Like, they're such an intelligent human being, really. To be able, it's like a, you know, to be able to look and investigate how someone has passed away. They don't always get it right, but they do a lot. They can see a lot, you know, without even, like, they're the voice for the deceased. It just amazes me how clever they are. I can see that my little dog is wanting to come in. Come on. She's looking at me, very upset that I have shut the door and put something in front of the doorway to stop her from scratching on the door. That looks pretty cool. Slowly, slowly. Okay, is this is that getting fuzzy, or is it the camera, or is it me? Let's see if that makes a difference. Oh, you got the Patricia Cornwall books. See, I love the real stuff more so than the made up, but I don't mind reading them. They do highlight the, yeah, it's a bit of an aura, isn't it, really? It's still gone blurry, hasn't it? Come on, hang on. I'll see if I can stop it from doing that. Yeah, try that. I think it's still blurry. Can't quite see properly. No, still doing the blurry thing, isn't it? All right, well, if she's going to be naughty, we'll stop here. And I think that's plenty anyway. And I will see you ladies very shortly. Thank you for joining me. Much appreciated. And I will... oh, they need a Kobe book. Oh, yeah, that's sad. Very sad. Yeah, there you go. So just a bit of a zoom in and out. So that one in the center, I'm going to put a white dot in the middle of it once it dries, so it doesn't look like an eyeball. There you go. All right, well, it's still a bit blurry. It looks blurry on my screen anyway, on my computer. So I will talk to you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll chat then. But stay around for all those sales. I have so much stuff to show you. I'll talk to you soon.